What's going on?
You know what's going on?
Not the air conditioner.
Black Santa!
Tracy Morgan!
I've been fucking waiting for that since Saturday.
Oh, it's awesome.
So are we officially dead in the water for the spring sale?
Tracy mentioned Matt because he gets. You remember Matt?
Yeah,
Her friend.
he and I are wiener cousins.
Oh. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's not weird.
Yeah,
Like, we've acknowledged it. We've actually talked about it.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't have a way to contact him. I don't think other than Xbox. But his parents live in Florida and they have season tickets.
They live where?
Florida.
Florida.
Lowrider.
Mr. Worldwide. Oh wait, no, that's Pitbull.
I could text Rick. I was thinking about texting Rick.
Oh yeah.
See if he knows anybody.
Very strong. Lighting looks like shit. Hey kids! Come here real quick.
Okay, oh, this is stunning podcast. I guess it is the pre-show. So. That's what you get, pre-show motherfuckers.
Yeah, well they just saw me have a strobe light party, so.
Ben. It's just Ben.
Hello, Dave.
Oh, tank top cousins again.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, buddy, you know it's. Oh, I'm gonna say it, and then Jake takes his headphones off. That was gonna be funny.
Getting ready to have. I got the pre-ding ready.
Right. Well, I had a joke lined up, and Jake just is gone.
It's like fuck this. I don't even need my fucking my.
There we go.
Cameras. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tank
We
Top
have
Tuesday.
the tank tops.
It's Tank Top Tuesdays on a Wednesdays, boys.
Yeah, we got
Little,
the club going up
Little bit big.
on a Wednesday.
That's all right. Mine's are a little small.
Yeah. We'll average it out.
Right. But you guys also know that I don't wear tank tops. So, of course, my tank tops are all going to be small because I bought them 7 years ago.
Yeah, I got wings.
Mhm.
A little bit. Needs to be
Comfy
there.
size though. You got comfy size.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
comfy size.
I don't have like walking or I gotta wear a t-shirt or at least a beater under this.
I put on my Miami Heat's jersey. And it's a
Who's
large?
you got?
Who would you have? And
Yeah.
and it's loose. And I'm like, NBA really, they represent for the big man.
I also need to stop trying to wear double X because I'm not a double X anymore.
You said it, so I was like, okay. I mean, because there was like the white and green. They have it in XL for $20.
Yeah. Well, what happened was like I know how the XL football jerseys were fitting around then.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yep.
those were a little bit. So I'm gonna give you override if you see shit. You're like, no, I know what Jake needs. You know what Dave needs?
Drugs.
Black Santa.
Black Santa. Oh, you got a Black Santa?
I have.
No, he has
you
the
wanted-
Black Santa.
Yeah, because I went to the spring game.
Because I bought it for him at Christmas or after Christmas. And then I've been just.
Oh, you
It's
just
there.
you sent it up to him?
No, we went to the spring game.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah. You
Dave.
guys have seen each other because I was not there.
Hey, do you remember not being at the spring sale, Dave? The
No,
spring,
but I
spring
do remember
game?
not being at the spring game.
Yeah, that's me who's not at the spring sale apparently.
It's because I sent that future text.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Dude, can you see my Band-Aid?
What'd you do?
So I played so much Call of Duty the last 2 weeks with Bullet Sponge. My headphones were always sitting there and I was sweating.
Ooh.
And it rubbed I had two zits back there and one was like weird. and it just became like this,
Like
almost like a rash, but it's
like an
not a rash. It
abscess
was where a
almost.
zit was.
Was it a
And
tumor?
So it's like oozing.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. And so today I had my headphones sitting on my ears like I used to do when I had the hotter headphones. Go Ducks. And
Codex.
and I was like, this is stupid. There's got to be something I can do. Bandage.
Nailed it.
C3PO.
Shout
See-
out.
Nice.
Yeah.
This one's for you, David. It's the island.
The island, the
The
Konos?
island.
The island seltzer.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to try that one. Is that is that guava?
Tropical punch.
Okay.
You need one of them.
I like how have you even drank that?
No.
Okay.
Why would I drink it?
I found my can of tranny fluid from Vegas the other day.
Yes.
Oh, wait, was it tranny fluid?
Look at the back.
Yeah.
Daddy said I could have unicorn. Riv, you are not having that.
Yeah.
No. It's not
I
what
like how
I'm
you said that in this. It just made me think of Chris Farley.
I was watching a Chris Farley thing today. It was the Dark Side of Comedy.
Yeah.
And I've seen it before, but
Mhm.
I was like, oh, Hulu says I should watch this. All right, I'll watch it. This is depressing. I'm changing it.
I have been binging Walking Dead
You
because
mentioned that.
the other day I was like, you know what? Like I was just on Netflix and it was like Walking Dead. I was like, oh, I never finished this, so I'm going through trying to figure out where I left off.
Mm.
And I was like, I can't find it. Like there's some things sound familiar, but I'm like
Yeah.
one episode will sound familiar, then I won't know anything about the next three, and then another episode will sound familiar. And I'm
That's where I'm at with Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
So
I've restarted Better Call Saul so many times, like I'm worn out.
Yeah.
right. So I just decided to restart it, which I'm really glad that was what I went with.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that I'm remembering now and catching again. Kind of like when we talked about watching Game of Thrones over and over again.
Yeah.
You catch things. I'm like Morgan.
Excuse me.
Totally forgot Morgan was the first person Rick sees out of the hospital.
Yep.
Had totally forgotten that.
Yeah, totally.
And then he
Totally.
shows up like 7 seasons later or something
Well, he shows up again in season 3, and then he just showed up again in
with the
season
radio,
4.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Like it got to the part where Morgan had created like a bunker with a
Yeah.
ton of guns.
Yeah.
And then the next one was an actual post-credit scene, which I didn't know that they had those, but like season 3 they start having them.
Yeah.
Or season 4, and it's Morgan showing up where they just left.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I'm starting to remember Morgan's backstory again.
So are you gonna watch the other series too?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them in tandem once the Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, Fear the
Portion
Walking
starts.
Dead.
Actually, I
Kinda-
probably won't. Actually, I probably won't watch them in tandem because that sounds like a lot of work going back
You
and
should-
forth every episode.
Well, what you could do though is figure out when Fear the Walking Dead started
hmm
and watch like where the Walking Dead and them are like parallel.
Yeah, what just popped in my head was whatever season Fear the Walking Dead starts, I'll finish that season of Walking Dead and then do the entire season of Fear, and
Yeah.
then I'll just do it by
Yeah,
season
that makes sense.
instead of doing it by episode because
Right.
I've done that with other things and it's just exhausting.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we just get rid of all these zombies, huh? Like that seems like a good idea.
Seems like they're the problem.
Seems like they're killing a lot of people, and if we got rid of them,
Mhm.
you know, man, like I think things would be better.
Just showed
Damn.
up in that Amazon show too. Kinda.
That's a good. Well, not really.
The ghouls.
There's a difference between ghouls and feral ghouls. Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, kick rocks,
What?
nerds.
What happened?
Yeah, I finished it.
Hey,
There you go.
good work.
It's
So we
pretty
can talk.
good.
We can talk it.
We can
talk
talk
about
about
it
it.
entirety now.
We
Yeah.
can talk about it in its entirety, and I can
'Cause
give my thoughts on it,
I've watched it twice now.
and Robin can give his thoughts on it. Perhaps there are questions I might be able to answer.
I
Perhaps
don't really have any questions because I watched it twice and then went to the internet.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And
internet
like we
Does
said,
that.
it was very intuitive the way they
Yeah.
explained everything. It wasn't well, too bad you didn't watch like when you're watching that Silent Hill movie back in the day.
Yeah.
If you didn't play Silent Hill, you have no idea what's
You have
going
no
on.
idea what the fuck's
Right.
going on.
Because
You're
didn't they
like-
start it like well down the line of the movie or the games, but didn't really explain anything?
Yeah, the movie had come out after like 3 games had already
Yeah.
been out for a while. And then the movie doesn't really explain it. I mean, there's
The
a ton
movie is
of
kind of trash, honestly.
yeah, it is. And I was super stoked
I didn't
about
like
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you were super pumped and then
Yeah.
also equally disappointed.
Yes.
That reminded me of watching Samara, the crawling out of the hole and the TV.
The Ring.
Oh, The Ring.
The Ring, yes.
Mhm.
Watching that at Crouch's, like I had already seen it, but then we're watching it and Lippy's there and he's like, the clock showed like 3:15. He's like, oh shit, 3:15, remember that. And it meant nothing. He was like, remember that shit. We're like, that means nothing.
Yeah.
I remember one time I went and saw The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Mhm.
And I went with a couple of my buddies, and it legitimately freaked all of us out, but none of us really wanted to like admit it. and so here, like the whole thing about this movie is like it goes to the witching hour, which is 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And so we're all over at my buddy's place, and we're like low key watching the clock. 1:30, 2:30. And we all kind of like look at the clock around 3. We all kind of look at each other like, all right, we're good.
Again,
Is
back to
this where-
Crouch's reminds me of the neighbors getting pissed off. I'm tired of fuck you at 3 a.m. Brandon and Samson and Wiener Kid would always go out there at 3 a.m. and just yell, fuck you! Because of the witching hour.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Tired of fuck you at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
They moved not too long after that. They were tired of it.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
It's a
if
deep.
Dave had talked to Ryan Moore, he would get that joke.
Yeah. If I talked to Ryan Moore, I'd get that joke. I don't talk
And
to
yet you got it. So
Yeah.
here we are. Yeah, but
I'm
not to
legitimately
be
bummed about
confused
that.
with the exorcism of Axl Rose. So
Yeah, which is
it's a
different.
whole different thing.
Drugs. Lots of drugs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What were you gonna say, Jake?
Oh, I was just saying, like, I'm not being mean. Like, I wish Brandon would reach out and say hey, but
Hey, fuck Brandon.
oh hey,
Let's go, Brandon.
does that mean I'm supposed to fuck Joe Biden?
Duck Joe Biden. Oh, there was a duck story, like a story about actual ducks on the news, and they had a funny name for a duck. It was like some chick name, but it was like Emily Blunt or something, and I can't remember what it was though. God damn it!
Good story.
It's terrible.
Shut up, Dave. You tell a story now.
Did you see the video of the ducks getting eaten at the Seattle Zoo?
You said it to me. I didn't watch it because
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Bear's like, oh, a duck.
Oh, I'm gonna eat
Ooh,
this.
a duck.
Hey kids, you want to check
Scan-
something out? Look at these babies. Now.
Oh, those poor kids were like, it's my birthday.
Like, no one cares. It's everyone's birthday.
That bear's the black dude on Dexter. Surprise, motherfucker.
It's one of my favorite
Not to be
moments.
confused with Black Santa.
Black
Santa.
It's still one of my favorite moments when I was in Vegas and Jen and I were waiting for our table at a restaurant that we never ended up eating at. And this woman, she's just like, but it's my birthday. And the guy's like, lady, it's Vegas. It's everyone's birthday.
Oh, it's true.
You went to Vegas for your birthday? Wow,
Well,
how
we went-
original.
Yeah, we went for our honeymoon.
You're having a girls trip in Vegas? Wow, you must be wild.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I'm gonna go stay at the D for fucking $20 a night and then just go gamble at this fucking Circa.
hmm
Then maybe go look at some cans and go drink
Yeah.
at the cheap bar.
Although you don't really want to gamble at Circa so much as the D. The D is a good one to gamble at. Golden Nugget is also a good one to gamble
Well, I
at.
want a sports book.
Oh, gotcha. That kind of gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, well, I want my money to last me 3 hours, not 3 seconds.
Pie Gal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down on some Pie Gal. I just
Oh,
started
yeah.
learning. I just started learning how to play Pie Gal on my in middle class. Sometimes I'll get bored and I'll go to casinoworld.com and I just play Pie Gal, and I'm like, sweet, this lasts me all class.
Brian and I played Pie Gal one night for 6 or 7 hours with like $40. We had no idea what we were doing, and we just told the dealer to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, what do we do here? He's like, take your money back and then do this. And all right. Hey, another
Right.
Jack and Coke and another Miller Lite. Whew.
Yeah.
I do like that. Like Pie Gal seems to be that game specifically where they're like, "Hey, come learn how to play Pie Gal, and you'll get some drinks, and you'll leave
Yeah.
with basically the same amount of money you got over here with."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like we played for that whole time on like $40, and
I also
also
feel
didn't
like,
learn anything.
yeah, I also feel like the dealer is practicing.
That's the first game they put them
That
on.
makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, like they're like, "Hey, make sure find 2 random guys, talk them into play Pie Gal, let them play for an hour, and have them leave with the same money they got there with."
Yeah.
Like that's your job today.
The dealer told us, he was like, hey, you guys want to get drunk? We're like, yeah. He's like, cool, sit down. Okay.
That's exactly what I mean.
And like lots of people came and went, and we just sat there in those 2 chairs just fucking getting schmammered.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Man,
times.
I need to find out how to get people to give me drinks. All I had was people trying to sell me Coke.
They don't give out the drinks as much as they used to, but like if you're actively playing a game, they're supposed to, as long as you have like $20 on the table or in a machine, that's generally their rule.
They're like, "Okay, we'll bring you the free drinks."
Remember last time we were there, I just stopped going to the bars
Yeah.
because I went and got Robin and I 2 double Jack and Cokes.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, all right, that'll be $60. And I said it back to her. I was like, $60?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Like with a 0 on the end.
Yeah. I was like,
That down.
okay. But they already poured, and I had already started sipping them. So I was like,
Yeah, at that point there was $55 of alcohol left, and you're like, "Fuck."
all right.
That's why the move for me was just getting those fucking 151 daiquiris,
Mm.
and it was hot, so I'm walking around basically just drinking smoothies or drinking slushies,
Yeah.
and getting shit faced.
I almost got those weed slushies, and Brian and Trevor were just standing there watching me, being like, "Is he gonna do it?"
Oh man, if I had known there were weed slushies, I would have had
Mhm.
several.
I don't
Right.
remember seeing the weed slushies.
It was in one of those like mall type places.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
just on the ground floor, and it was
like the
just a
Magic Mile?
slushy. Yeah, something like that. And it was just like, I was like, man, it's really hot. I can go for a slushy. And I walk over there, I'm like looking at them and talking to the girl. And then finally they come over and like, hey, these got weed in them. And she's like, yeah, these got weed in them. I'm like, I can't drink this.
You can put your weed in there.
See, I went when it was still kind of like COVID was gone, but it was still kind of around.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to go to Vegas again and actually go to Vegas.
Have it not be COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad when we went.
Well, we went at the start of COVID.
At the beginning of COVID.
And then I went back like a few months later. Maybe it was still definitely COVID, whatever it was. But
Well, when we went, it was like
Oh,
just
yeah.
before the shot came out.
right.
Because I was
We
still at the
went-
prison.
We went the day we were there when the schools got canceled because it was
Right.
316.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back in August.
Yeah, it's been now more than, almost 3 years. We went in September, I guess.
I want to go again.
I was like, yeah, it can't be during a Duck game. Like, we're not going.
Pretty sure Brian's going again in July.
I want to go to
July.
New Orleans. I want to go to Mardi Gras.
Nowland. I've always
You want to go. You don't want to go for Mardi Gras. You want to go for Halloween, is what I'm being told by a New Orleanian that I live with.
Well, I still want to go to Mardi Gras.
I still want to go to Mardi Gras, but yeah, apparently.
Well,
apparently
where am I going to see more boobs? Halloween or
Halloween?
Mardi
Gras. Apparently, Mardi Gras is for tourists, and Halloween is the party.
So you see more boobs from the locals?
Yeah, because they get out and they actually get down.
Get some of them Cajun titties.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
They're
yeah,
spicy.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what because I made a comment to Jen before. I'm like, hey, I want to go to Mardi Gras. She's like, you don't want to go to Mardi Gras. I'm like, why not? She's like, Mardi Gras is for tourists. You want to go when Halloween because everyone's out for Halloween apparently. So
plus, New Orleans has all that like ghosts, occult tour stuff, and I want to get down on some of those.
Yeah, once we get our settlement here, we're gonna probably have to go to New Orleans because they're familial.
I keep seeing so many vans.
I know, and I keep not looking at them because I don't want to get attached.
You got to look at. There was one that was in Portland. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Probably can because I just sent it to you. Oh my god!
I know. I've seen some sweet fucking vans, dude.
Look at this thing.
I know. It's beautiful.
It's awesome.
I mean, it is a Ford, so it's gonna break down, but
well, fix or repair daily.
Right. That thing is fucking rad.
I gotta get a drink before we get started.
I wish you would.
It's also almost as old as I am, so.
But and that's what I'm talking about. Like, Nolan wants the Suburban.
For what? For what?
For what? To drive. Like he wants it when he gets his license. He wants a Suburban.
Got all the good chairs and shit, and yeah.
He wants, and so essentially what the plan is, my dad's gonna try to sell me his Escalade, and then I'll probably sell the Suburban to Nolan for cheap, because I mean it's got a crate engine with about 80,000 miles on it.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's basically brand new, and I've had it now for about a year. Little less than a year, and I've only put 12,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
like I haven't driven it that much, all things considered.
So I wrote down NFL draft, Oregon spring game, surplus sale, Fallout, and then whatever else you think of saying.
Whatever else comes out of my fucking mouth.
Like I guarantee we won't get to all of those because we'll go off on a tangent.
Isn't that funny that you have 4 things written down and it's not guaranteed that we're going to get to them all?
Right. In an hour. And there's other times where we'll go through the list. I'll have like 7 things. We'll hit all of them.
And we'll blow through it.
And then we'll be like sitting there the last 5 minutes like, huh.
Oh,
yeah.
So what do you want to talk about? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dave showing up with the pitcher over here.
We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
We were at I was at a baseball game with the kids, and I'm sitting behind people, and I don't ever think about the fact there's anyone else around me.
Yeah.
I just kind of say whatever, especially because I'm at a baseball game. You just say shit. And like one of the Mariners got walked, and the kid's like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "This guy's a belly itcher." And the people in front of me laughed. They knew exactly what I was saying.
Right.
Like, this guy's a belly itcher.
Yep. That will happen.
And let's see, something happened, and the kid yelled "booger," which was pretty funny.
Right.
And then we all kind of laughed. I'm like, all right, watch this one. Watch this. And I'm like, what? I'm like, boobs.
I thought you were going to say, nah. No.
Nope.
Can't say that.
Nope. Cut that.
It's a pre-show. Leave it in.
Yeah, like they all laugh, and like the people in front of, like down to the left, turn and kind of look at me, and I'm like, yeah, that was funny, and you know it. It's funny, and I know it.
They just turn at you, and you're like, "What's up, sugar tits?"
You're like, "Hey."
Hey,
listen here, Sonny. You can't be talking about boobs in public. I'm like, watch me, baby.
I thought that was going a different direction too.
full of
Have you been
surprises.
watching the NBA playoffs at all?
Not really. I've been locked in on the NHL playoffs because I have a team in it.
Oh yeah. I have not.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado took care of business.
I've barely been following Vancouver just because Destructigon's talking about him.
Yeah, well, he won't be talking about him for much longer.
Why are they playing Colorado?
No, I mean probably if they were to play Colorado, it wouldn't be until the Western Conference Finals, and he does not want that.
Who they got next?
Well, Colorado advanced, and so they're going to play the winner of Dallas and Vegas.
Vegas.
Vegas. Let's see. They're playing tonight, so let's see what's popping.
I like how Vegas is a new team and they're good.
Well, they got a really good. It's a lot easier to be good as an expansion team in hockey with the way that they do it, because essentially the expansion draft teams are like, oh, you can't have these 4 guys, but you can have anybody else. And so you can fill your team full of really solid players and then get like a superstar.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult to build a winner from scratch. Oh, Dallas won tonight, so they're ahead 3-2 in the series. Edmonton's up on LA. I want LA to win that one.
What's LA again?
The Kings.
The Kings, that's right. All right.
LA.
You haven't watched hockey until you watch hockey in LA.
That's one of the weirdest ones. Like, they've been around forever, or at least as far as I know. But it still just seems wild that LA has a hockey team that. I mean, they had a run. They also had Wayne Gretzky, but
Yeah, that helps.
sometimes.
All right, man.
Hey,
All these people.
Are you ready for a good ass show?
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show, and he's over there looking handsome as hell. He's one of the 3 tank top triplets. It's Dave.
Yeah. Tank tops. Sun's out. Well, it was.
Moon's out, goons out.
Moon's out, goons out.
I can see daylight.
Sun's still out.
Yeah.
It's like half. That's why I'm only wearing a tank top and no pants.
I'm further up north, so it's going to be daylight for me longer than it is for you too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, because we're further up, we're closer to the poles, so we have more extremes as far as our times.
Oh yeah.
Like the equator is always 12 hours of daylight and night every day, no matter what.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, magnets, bitch.
Huh. That makes sense. I guess I just never thought about it, which is weird because I think about a lot of stupid shit.
One thing I didn't think about when I was in Idaho last Christmas was the fact that I was further east. So my day-night time got all screwed up. I'm like, why is it's 4 p.m.?
Because it's still the same time zone, right?
No.
You were in a different spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just one over, but it was like 4 p.m. And I'm like, I know it's winter, but it shouldn't be like, I don't need to be turning my headlights on at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, you do.
but I did. And speaking of headlights and turning them on, Robin.
It's like this. Goddamn right I am. Yeah, I'm Robin. That was Dave. he's the guy who makes the ladies' legs quake. I got the milkshake, and over there is the hoop snake known as Jake.
Black Santa!
Hey!
Black
Santa!
He made the trip from Myrtle Creek to Seattle safely.
I like how on your camera the red isn't as red as it was in Robin's.
Different lighting.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Lighting.
But he looks more like Puerto Rican Santa.
Yeah, he's like, hey, hey, you could like leave some milk and cookies, and I could like get them from the front step, and then I could like leave a drain and some shit.
Oi, oi, oi!
Ole! Mr.
Ole Santa?
Worldwide!
Is that his name now?
Ole Santa.
Puerto Rican Santa. It's not Spanish.
It's not.
It's
the
not,
name.
it's not, no.
Dominican.
But don't call it Puerto Rican black.
You know.
No, you can't do that.
No,
Any
that
of the
would-
cans.
Are you a
Dominicans.
Dominican or a Dominicant?
Eerie, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, look at how dark Samuel L. Jackson is as a lawn gnome. He's so dark you almost can't even see him.
How dark is he?
No, I just told you.
Oh,
That kind of I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it kind of looks like a black Hulk Hogan with shaggy hair.
And yeah, that's
Shaggy.
Oh, there we go.
Black.
say what again?
How
I
dare
always
you?
forget you have that. The thing's awesome.
It is pretty awesome. And you got bobblehead white. Look, it's like boy.
I have one of those too. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, Batman.
Hell yeah, Batman. So Robbie, you got some stuff on the list.
Hey, I wrote a list. Dave
Got a
wasn't here to
list.
hear the list.
And Black Santa checked it twice.
Wait, did you put your beer can in there?
I did. It fits perfectly.
It's amazing. Black Santa beer can holder. That's what we got now. Write that down.
Black Santa beer can holder.
We should get
Well,
a bunch of
so-
Black Santas for tailgating.
So I wrote down here, Dave. I'm gonna tell you right now what we talked about in the pre-show, but you weren't here because you were filling up your pitcher, not a belly itcher. NFL draft, Oregon spring game, surplus sale, Fallout. Let's talk about Fallout first, because
Jake finished it,
Jake finished it.
and it's
And if Jake has seen it,
okay.
you should
All right,
have too.
Let's get this. As the most critical media viewer in the group, Jake, what do you think about the show?
Wow, I'm not sure if that was a compliment or not.
No, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You are the-
that's a
you-
fact. It's
That's a
not-
fact. You're just the most like
Not
Robin and I can
judgmental.
watch things and just be like, it was okay, and then Jake's like, it's actually really bad, and we're like, you're not wrong,
It's actually
we-
really bad.
but you're not wrong, but we still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I want to be entertained, and if I'm not entertained, I get mad. I really liked Fallout. I thought all 8 episodes were entertaining in their own way. I thought that they ramped up the excitement in a good way. The turn at the end where now her dad is the big bad that we're chasing for season 2. I like the way they did that. My only critique, and this is more a critique of the industry as a whole, is I'm getting a little worn out on the justified villain. Like, where the whole time we're supposed to hate this person, and then at the end they're like, well, I did it because of this, and it's totally logical. And you're like, yeah, I guess you're right. It is.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense, but
Yeah,
also I don't want to like you in the end.
Right, exactly. Like, you should not want to like the bad guy at the end. So that's just kind of a trend in the industry right now. So whatever. Outside of that, I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Everything, frankly, from the beginning on, like the little things that they did, like showing things such as the early tech of the synths being in the desert. So, like, essentially for people who had watched Fallout, they know kind of where we are in the timeline just from that.
Played Fallout.
What did I say?
Watched.
Yeah, that's what I meant. In any event, like, good shit. I like the characters. Max sucked a little bit, but I get it. He was playing a character in and of himself. He wasn't wasn't who he purported to be, so it makes sense that he wasn't quite comfortable in his skin.
But he does get better, like I said.
Like the scene where he's sitting there in the bathrobe eating the popcorn, I was
That
like,
was pretty good.
That was pretty good. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're like, I get, like, we all want to be Max right there.
Yeah.
Like, I really got the vibe, like, watching it, I was like, are they drugging them? because he seems like he's kind of high right now.
He's like,
He's like, this is
first hot
awesome.
shower. He was
yeah,
like,
I was like,
"This
is he
awesome."
high?
No, he's just enjoying real life.
So apparently, if you just live out in the wilderness and just get really dirty, a hot shower makes you look high.
Well, Dave, I'll speak from experience here. I've done rendezvous with my dad for most of my life, and when you've been out in the woods for a week and you get to the truck stop and it's time for a shower, you come out and you look like
You're like Max.
yeah, you're so happy because you're about to sit down and have a warm truck stop meal and you're clean. Like, what was the last time Max was clean?
Right.
Like really clean.
Like actually clean.
Like he probably had a bath out there with the Brotherhood of Steel, but it was not.
Yeah.
He's army clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. There's a lot of symbology in the movie or in the TV show. It's
Symbolism.
a movie. It's an 8-hour movie. Things like her finger having the different finger and it being, the wasteland corrupting her in some small way. There's a lot of
And it being her trigger finger.
right.
Yeah.
Which the only thing that killed her wasn't truly a part of her, so that's kind of cool. I loved Matt Berry. He's my dude. I hope whatever Matt Berry's doing right now,
He wasn't even in it that much.
Yeah, but he had a memorable spot.
Yeah, that's true.
One-Eyed Jerry, pretty funny.
One-Eyed Jerry made me laugh so much. I was like, it's One-Eyed Jerry.
I love how they're like, we sentence you to death by going to the surface. Now
Right.
take this 2-week supply basket and get the
Right.
fuck out of here. Yes, we'll
that-
carry it for you.
That whole thing was such a twist where it's just like, oh, well, yeah, they're living with a bunch of fucking crazies,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but they're not the bad kind of crazy. Like, they're just like,
Just
yeah, we're,
dumb kind of
yeah,
crazy.
we're
all right.
The
Yeah.
funniest part about that to me is that they derived from a society of scientists, and they're all fucking dumb as hell.
Right.
Mhm.
And,
I think that's what they were saying in that whole thing.
so yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they show, because like I noticed that was Vault 4, right?
Mhm.
And they put the people that worked for the company in 31, 32, and 33, right?
Right.
So I want to see Vault 1. Like, what is 1? Does it have any significance? Is it just 1?
I don't think one has any significance yet, even in the games.
Yeah,
I don't think one has gotten mentioned. But there's a bunch of vaults that get mentioned throughout all the games,
Mhm.
so it's kind of hard for me to remember every single one of them.
So yeah, for instance, like different vaults, there's one where they tried to make plant life come back, and then the plants took over, and so there's plant people that are coming to attack you and shit.
Mhm.
Or there's one where they like you said, that whole scene where Robco and all the company heads are sitting around and coming up with ideas on how to do these vaults.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like when you go into the vaults in the game, you'll see, like, if you go and you read the computers and you actually start reading stuff, it's like you'll read the logs of what people were doing in the vault
Mhm.
until things went wrong.
Like different experiments in each vault, and then there are your control vaults.
Because every
Okay.
vault had an experiment, and that's why they asked Lucy, like, oh, what was your experiment? She's like, what are you talking about? We just lived life. And, yeah.
Which
Mhm.
I'm really curious to find out if there was supposed to be an experiment, or if they were actually
There
one of the
absolutely is an
controls.
I think
experiment going
that's
on.
their experiment, is that they were trying to see if they could make a utopia
Of management.
of management.
Yeah, between 31 and 33, like that line.
And then the Jonestown massacre at 32.
Hmm.
That was wild. Seeing where those three are connected. Are the other vaults connected to multiples? It's just
Well,
those.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Theoretically, since they connected 31, 32, and 33, it's not unreasonable that other vaults are connected.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
but
it's
that's
it's the Star Wars logic of we did it, therefore it's canon.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think there's ever been any kind of video game canon where two vaults were connected.
Yeah, not that I
There
recall.
could be, but I can't remember.
And if
Because
there is, cool.
Hmm.
I
they
haven't seen
didn't
it yet.
they didn't mention 4 being connected to any. Go
And
Ducks.
Go Ducks. The thing that's interesting to me is the way that like 4 is just a building, essentially. Like that was a big massive building, and then 31, 32, and 33 are built into the rock. And yeah, I thought just the way they did differently in different places was interesting to me.
I wonder if the hospital was built first or if they built that on top of their vault when they were doing it. And is there another entrance to that vault? Because that's really like a catch, like a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. What I was interested in is which vault would I go to? Because there's a vault in Seattle, there's a vault in Portland, and there's a vault in Eugene, it looked like.
Oh, really? Because I looked at the map and I was like, I don't think there's one from Portland down to Sacramento.
Yeah,
It
it looked to
pretty
me like there was a Eugene one.
maybe like in the California-Oregon border or something, like Redding.
Well,
Maybe.
isn't part of Oregon, like Southern Oregon, part of the new California Republic
Probably.
in the game? I think it's like kind of like the state of Jefferson kind of line is part
Right.
of the new Republic of California, or whatever, however it's phrased.
I think that's it in RC.
Yeah.
I also, it's really interesting the big twist at the end that Vault Tech dropped the bombs. It wasn't the Cold War, it wasn't Russia, it wasn't the US, it was Vault-Tec.
Are they saying though that they dropped all of them, or
they dropped the bomb that started it?
Oh, okay.
They dropped one, and then everyone else was like, "Oh shit, they're dropping bombs. We better drop bombs back."
Which seems crazy that a private company would have nukes.
Well, that just shows you how big and corrupt they are.
Right, because at one point they said they owned like half of everything or 2/3 of everything. I can't remember which number it said, but it was at least half.
It's like list of known vaults. A 13, 101, 111, 76, 33, and then just like 3, 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 15. So these are the vaults we know about. We don't even know about vaults 1 and 2.
Right.
Because we haven't done anything with them yet. That's crazy.
Right.
Huh.
I did like that they did not. So the bear Mog, what do they call them in the games again?
I don't care. Bears.
Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Not you. That's a
that fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, Dave.
Yeah, this says something like that. It's something like that. That's
You're
what they call the bears. I thought that was going to be a Deathclaw scene.
So did I. I thought it was
and then it wasn't, and I was like, oh, but also still cool. And then I kind of like that there's almost no Deathclaw reference.
There's
until
one.
The end.
Yeah.
Till the very end, you see the skull, and when I saw the skull, I was just like, "Oh, this is awesome! I dig it. I dig that they did not throw the Deathclaw. Like they held on to. They're like, we're going to get picked up for a second season."
Well, that was one of the things that they talked about that I read from the guy that the director or showrunner. They talked about, do we put that in or do we just tease it, save it for a hopeful second season?
I'm glad they teased it. I feel like there was enough. There's so much stuff to put into a show like this.
Because it's literally only 8 episodes. Like if you think of how long you could play Fallout, how many episodes would
I could play Fallout 4 for longer than it took me to watch that show.
I could play
like 4 times as long.
I could play New Vegas for all 8 hours, and I could not touch the main quest.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
there was something
without trying.
It's not hard to avoid the main quest. It's not hard to play that game, and then when you do the main quest, be the most OP player in it.
Yeah,
you can play. You could do so, like you said, you can do 8 hours of stuff, and then be like, all right, I'll do the main quest, and then you just destroy everybody.
What do you think the serum was that that dude took?
The ghoul.
Oh, the guy, the dude from Superstore.
Superstore? I don't know. I never watched that.
Oh, Superstore is funny. Yeah, he plays Trailer Park Keith basically in that show, and so it's funny to see him try to be serious. Didn't they say he's a ghoul essentially? Like, I think he got injected with straight radiation?
So the one that broke his foot was broken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've heard a couple different things because they're not positive that he's a ghoul. That's something about a super mutant or something like that. I don't know if that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they said that might be what he is.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know what that is at all because I don't think they talked about him.
The super mutants in the game are like 7 foot tall. Look, they're like ogres.
They're
basically.
orcs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're huge and they're muscly and they're dumb.
What do you think of Fred Armisen showing up?
Oh my God, he was hysterical.
Yeah.
I
feel like that was a perfect role for him.
The
in
cameos
the
were good. Like I said,
Yeah.
the cameos were good. I'm trying to remember who else cameoed in it.
I love how they also cameoed like nerds that have played like from what I've watched. Yeah. They're all Fallout nerds. They like the game, they like the lore of it, and they're like, do you want a role in it? And they're like, absolutely.
Three-Eyed Jerry was one of them. That was one that was a cameo, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Or three-eyed, one-eyed. Jesus, I'm giving him 2 extras.
Well, like, I don't know.
The other 2?
Chris Parnell is just kind of a TV character actor, and he's a guy with a good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always fun.
Well, he's Jerry.
He's Jerry, yeah.
He's always fun in everything he is. You know, every cameo he does, it's fun to see him in it. I like it.
And don't go to the 12th floor.
Don't. You went to level 12. We told you not. We told you specifically not to.
Right. I do enjoy that whole episode where it's like, what's the word? I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's just the
boobs.
It's just naivety.
Naivete.
Yeah, naivete. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. But that whole feeling throughout that whole episode.
Yeah.
Is just like you said, don't go to floor 12. Yo, if I'm somewhere new and someone tells me not to go somewhere, my first thought is like, what's up there?
Right.
Like, if you didn't mention it, I wouldn't go. But because you did, now I'm going.
Yeah, this like the funny part to me about that is that could have been a bit from Seinfeld, but but instead of playing from laughs, they played it dramatically. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, welcome here. Don't go to the 12th floor. Jerry, why can't we go to the 12th floor?
Yeah, right. Like, don't even mention it.
The guy that was in the supermarket.
Don't mention it.
The guy. Whoa, hey, headphones jumped. He was on Free Guy, and he's been on a bunch of other stuff. But when I saw him on there, I was like, hey, it's the guy from Free Guy that plays like Channing Tatum's character. He's like playing him on the game.
The guy.
Yeah, the guy. Nobody knows his name.
The guy. You know a guy.
I don't know. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, what'd you guys think? I've talked about what I thought for 20 minutes.
From start to finish, I liked it.
Yeah.
The whole thing about the bad guy having like a moral ground to stand on. Like I kind of feel like it's the way most people who play the bad guys look at themselves, because they're like, well, I don't feel like I'm the bad guy because this is going on. This just happens to get explained to you in a way that you're like, oh yeah, maybe that wasn't so bad, and she did kind of get fucked over and Moldaver.
I feel like the whole Moldaver story gets cut short though.
Yes.
Well, they're gonna have to tell it.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be told, and she's gonna be back for season 2 for flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I really hope they do, because if they don't, that's gonna be my biggest complaint about the show is that huge plot hole.
Because how is she still alive?
Yeah.
Well, cryo. They put her in a cryo. Like my theory,
because she was not like she wasn't employed with that side. She was like completely against Vault-Tec.
Mm-hmm. But there's also in Vault 81, from Fallout 4, he's a regular dude that doesn't work for, and your character in the game, you get cryogenically frozen too.
Yeah.
So there's probably cryotubes elsewhere.
Okay.
So
that would make sense.
That is possible. But the way they like, it feels like her name is so big, it feels like she's been around.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so it's like the ghoul. Those guys that go to get the ghoul, they know that at least that one guy knows of him because he's been around for so long.
Yeah.
Where Moldaver has been around for so long enough, or maybe she just did enough heinous shit that everybody knew who she was. Like, she was this legend. Like, you don't talk about it, like she who is not named. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah, that would make sense.
And it's kind of funny in a way. You get that in the game when you play, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's you. People just know who you are when you show up, because they're like, oh, you just slaughtered like the entire city over there, and we heard about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Are all of so I noticed there's like no cars, but the Knights or whatever, the Brotherhood, they have helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
Or Osprey. Why do they have those? Are they like leftover military and they stole them, or were these guys in the military, like, and then just passed down through generations of?
So
kind of that.
Brotherhood of Steel started as a military unit. It was a guy. If Jake, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the story behind them is there's a group of guys, or one guy who basically started the Brotherhood of Steel. He had gotten orders during the bomb drop to do something, and he was like, no, that's fucked up, I'm not doing this, and kind of was like, no, he
morality,
like refused orders, created the Brotherhood of Steel, and their whole goal was to get all of the technology so that humans couldn't use it against each other anymore.
But
so
it's them to use it.
But right. and then eventually the whole Brotherhood of Steel thing falls apart, and it's no longer what he created. He's still revered as the creator of the Brotherhood, but it's like, if he showed up presently, he'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
It'd be like if Jesus looked at the church.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So that's
gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. But no, that's exactly it. Like, if Jesus looked at the church, or like the founding fathers of America showed up today, they'd all be like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
What are you guys doing?
First of all, fucking term limits, assholes.
Yeah. We talked about this way back when.
What is wrong with you? And IRS, you guys.
You gotta go.
We threw a whole party about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
We could throw your asses in Boston Harbor if we want to.
Yeah. So that's essentially the Brotherhood of Steel was.
My favorite thing to do is to walk up in there and be like, oh, yeah, I'm cool. It's all cool. Don't worry about me. Hey, do you have a key? Okay, can I have it? Thanks. Can I have your key? Okay, cool. Click, click, hit the bomb. Oh, no, that wasn't me. I got to go, though. Don't, you should check out what's going on in there, because your whole shit's about to blow up.
Right. So in the game, Robin, you can boost your charisma points like really high.
Yeah.
I love playing high riz.
Yeah, if you run high charisma in that game, you can literally get away with just about anything.
I speech checked the final boss. I speech checked Kaiser. It's like when there's this whole group of baddies, and you're like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm better than they are. No, you're not. I am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah, shit, he is.
He really is.
He is. Oh.
He is. It's fun, like you said, you can run your charisma way up and then just talk people out of fighting you.
Or General Tullius. It wasn't you speech checked General Tullius, and he's supposed to be like this super badass fight, and you're like, you don't want to fight me. Yes, I do. You don't. You want to go over there, you want to leave, and you don't want to come back. I am gonna come back. If you come back, I will kill you. Okay, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
There was at the very end, you were talking about how Lucy's dad is now the big bad, but the ghoul says something. He's chasing to see who that guy goes to see who's pushing his buttons.
Mhm.
So he's like the second tier big bad,
Yeah, and this is
He's
gonna
the-
be like what,
the
like
medium bad.
third generation Vault Tech employees, basically. What you're gonna
Yeah.
run into is who's pulling all the strings.
Yeah.
And it looked like New Vegas that he was looking at there.
Hmm.
Oh, that was one of the things I was going to talk about. So on one of the things I read, it said that the bombs dropped after New Vegas or something. Like there was something confusing about the timeline with New Vegas
Shady Sands.
and Shady Sands.
They're trying to non-canonize New Vegas essentially, and I don't care because people. There's this weird thing with Fallout fans where people who like New Vegas feel like New Vegas is the best Fallout and all other Fallouts aren't as good.
Mm.
But then there are people who just like Fallout. My favorite game is New Vegas, but I also enjoy all the Fallouts. So yeah, it's weird.
Mhm.
But they're trying to make it like an Elseworlds thing almost, and it's kind of weird because it wasn't made by the same manufacturer or the same publisher. I mean, pardon me.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of ins and outs and what have yous.
So going back to what I read, the showrunner said that New Vegas is canon and the show is canon, but what he wouldn't confirm is on whether they have the timeline right or not. So I think that's what we're going to find out, is that the timeline that we have is not entirely accurate.
And you see, that's what like I got thrown off, and I thought the Shady Sands thing they were talking about when the bombs dropped, I thought that was the bomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so did they actually just drop it 30 years ago, and Voltec's out here lying their asses off about what year it is?
And that could be, but I don't think so because of the stuff that we saw.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. It says 200 years later.
It sounds like the way I understood it is they just every 30 years or so just drop more bombs in case there's people out there.
Yeah. Just drop some more bombs in case they want to, spark up and live.
Yeah.
Right. Like they just want to convince the vault dwellers that they're going to restart humanity.
Uh-huh.
So if they see humanity restarting, no. That's 31's job. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder too if they're like, because remember how her dad was like, oh, the next generation is going to be the generation to go to the surface. Like, what if all those people essentially got moved, like that generation got moved from 33 to 32, where they got murder-suicided, and then the next generation comes up, and the new overseer shows up who doesn't know anything. He's like, we're being told the next generation is a generation to make it to the surface.
Yeah.
I
think that's exactly what's going on.
And it makes me wonder where they're getting their information from, air quotes information, because there were vaults that weren't getting any information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you play, so again, Robin, if you play the game, you go to multiple vaults and they're just like, we haven't heard from corporate, or we haven't heard from so and so in this long. They told us it would be 128 days, and then we get the all clear. Nothing.
What do we do?
Yeah,
we're running out of food.
Yeah,
people are pissed.
Mm-hmm. Like and I think it's in 4. That's the first, the vault you're leaving. You're finding out that they got no information and shit's taking longer than they thought, and then there's a rebellion and weird shit happens. So I wonder at what point, and I feel like 2 is going to start. Second season's gonna give us more information, but it's like, who's 31 getting their info from? Old
Roomba
Bud.
Brain.
What's old Roomba Brain Bud like? Is he just making shit up?
I think he is.
As he goes, or
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one because he's just a brain. I think he's been there that whole time, and like you see, things aren't working right with him because he's been doing that for so long.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on, and he's pushing all the buttons.
Also, because games, Roomba Brain Bud, I got a good laugh at. Because there's a vault you go into where it's a bunch of rich people had put their brains into robots, And you're
Okay.
walking around this vault, and it's a bunch of robots, and you like the floating brain in a fishbowl kind of thing, and a robot body. And
Wait,
so
which one
when
is that in 4?
I think it's in 4,
See now, I
it,
like
it's either New Vegas or 4. It's one of those two.
one thing that's for damn sure is I want to play Fallout now.
Oh, I've been playing it.
I downloaded one of them. I can't remember which one.
Probably 4, because for some reason they're not advertising New Vegas as
bucks.
much on Xbox,
Because
which is weird.
it's a
Well,
different.
If you have
publisher.
Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
you can get one of them for free. I can't remember which one it was.
I think
though.
it's 76, and that isn't
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
I
that
would
might have been
recommend.
it.
Yeah,
I haven't
76
played that one.
I started it. Yeah, I have it on my Xbox. I started it, and it was one of those things. I was just busy, so I didn't have time to really sit down and grind it like you
Oh
have
no,
to.
it's Fallout 4. It's 4.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. I think you might
Yeah,
like it.
that's a solid one. You can also, if you've downloaded it too, you can also run mods
Which is fun.
through your Xbox.
On the Xbox, that's kind of
yeah.
cool.
Just don't run too many.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling
'Cause-
me about that because you were like,
yeah.
I'm trying to just do the story, turn
Yeah.
everything off, and
Yeah,
fuck it.
I ran mods because I wanted to build.
I've never ran mods.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to build cooler stuff, so I ran a mod for that, and then I've got a mod where basically I wear this ring the ring of the end, where I basically can't die. I can if I
To
just
rule them
stand
all.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I restarted the game and just ran like the mod that I don't die. I still take damage, so I still have to kind of play the game, but also I'm not going to walk into a building and then redo that building 5 times.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I've definitely felt that way. It's like, oh my god, how many times do I have to go through this fucking conversation tree?
Right. Yeah. So that's really one of the only mods I'm running. There's some cool gun mods where you can get like modern kind of rifles and stuff like that. And I ran those for a little bit, but then I was like, I kind of want to play the game with the guns you get in the game, because then you're, as much as I'm running it where I don't die, I still want to kind of have some immersion going on. I don't want a grenade launcher running around killing everything.
Just noob tubing your ass off.
Yeah.
Right. There's this one, the mod I run, it comes with a gun called the Type 54 Black Star, and it literally one kills legendary death claws. One shots them. I don't use it. I was just like, I'm gonna put that away. I don't need that.
Yeah, that's cheesy.
Yeah, I was like, that's too cheesy. I want to shoot things more than once. I want to play the game, but I also don't want to die every 10 minutes.
Are you a VATS guy?
Yeah, I've started. That's the other thing, that the mod gives you almost unlimited VATS. So I will use that because
I'll tell you, we'll explain.
So I will use that just because it makes things a little easier sometimes.
So at its core, Fallout is a turn-based game.
Okay.
So the baddies attack on a certain rhythm. It's a little hard to explain until you actually play it and you actually see what I mean. But so when you have a system, because the original Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 were turn-based games. Mm-hmm. And then when they went to Fallout 3, they went to the isometric top-down strategy, like turn-based games.
Yeah.
And now then they turn it into a first-person game. And so what the VATS system does is you push a button to activate it, and it zooms in on the person or the thing you're about to shoot, and it gives you a percentage to hit all on the head, the arm, the body, the leg. It gives you a percentage to hit. And so you say, I want to shoot 3 times at the head. And so it will essentially do 3 turns of bang.
Oh, okay.
Bang. Bang at the head, and it'll roll the dice, basically 1 out of 100. You've got 95 out of 100 chance to hit. And then, hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like GTA where you're running around and everything's coming at you. You can shoot anything.
You
can
do that.
You can do that. But VATS, if you've got like 5 guys coming at you,
yeah,
you can hit your VATS and
it's a lot like
headshot every single one of them.
They like double click the thumbsticks.
yes, it's a
and
lot
then it
like
slows it down. You're like,
yeah.
it's like Red Dead Redemption a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's kind of like Red Dead.
Like the last GTA you had, like I don't remember what Trevor's special was. Trevor would go like all psycho, and you're like, and like,
But Michael just one shots everybody.
and then
He's
the
like,
black
hey,
dude
go
was
ahead.
like a good driver. Like I would use his a lot because
Mhm.
I liked driving as him because I could go super fast through the city and just be like, oh, got to zigzag through this shit. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it does that. That's basically what VATS is.
Gotcha.
And then you can do your critical from there too. You can double up your damage.
Mm-hmm.
Double up.
Double up.
Double down.
Double down.
So
I don't know why
I know
double downs right now.
I was watching something about the show, and every part that they slowed down the shooting, like everything went to slow motion while they were having a gunfight. They were like, "This was us trying to simulate the VATS,
That's
the
kinda
VATS
cool.
system." And I was like,
All right.
I like that, like because no one was moving super quick, but the whole idea was because when you hit that VATS, everything slows down and it's intuitive. Like if you're fighting somebody and you hit them and they drop their head like out of your sight,
Mm-hmm.
the percentage score of hitting their head drops.
Right.
So if they're running straight at you and they're within 3 feet and you hit VATS, 95% on head. But if you hit them once and they stumble, then you hit your VATS, well, their head's faced away from you. So now you're down to 30%.
You ass shoot them.
Yeah, and you can ass shoot them.
Yeah.
Or you can just turn VATS off and beat the shit out of them with a pipe.
Yes. And beat them off.
Yeah, beat them off.
Huh?
But all in all, I think the thing that has me consistently coming back to the game as an IP is its humor. There's a lot of
funny parts.
Yeah, it like, and when you play the game too, especially like you'll just happen upon things. And if you play, there's a certain like Wacky Wasteland, I think is what it's called, is one of the things that you can select, is you just find stuff in the desert. And it's weird. Like, I think it's in New Vegas it's in New Vegas somewhere. If you go and you go to a certain coordinates, you'll find a refrigerator. And if you open the refrigerator, there's a guy in there with a whip and a hat.
Oh.
This is Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I get you.
Trying to survive the bomb.
I remember.
And he died and so he died.
That's
so
awesome.
you can run around with a hat and a whip.
Right. Or in 4 you can get the alien gun.
Yes.
I think when you reach like level 14 or 15 or something like that, if you go to this one place called the Oberlin Station and you look up at the sky, you see what looks like a comet coming in and it wrecks. And you're like, if you go over there, it's a spaceship, and you go into this cave and there's an alien sitting there. And I can't remember what you have to do, but you can there's a way you can go about it where you recruit him as one of your followers.
Yeah.
And he's your buddy, or you end up just killing him, which happens every time I do it. Like I just kill him and then I get a ray gun, and you're running around the wasteland with an alien ray gun.
That's cool.
Huh. It's fun.
Yeah. I like the concept that
the concept of a woman.
That everything, that all the cars, well, because you saw like the Red Rocket Station.
Yeah.
All the cars are running on nuclear power, which I think is cool. Because it says, coolant instead of gasoline. Right. Like, so I like. I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, this weird little world where everything was nuclear powered because of how much weight we put on building the nuclear bombs.
I've always liked Fallout because it's like reverse steampunk. And I've always enjoyed steampunk things.
Yeah.
But steampunk people ruin it.
Yeah,
they do.
Steampunk people do ruin it.
They're like fucking comic book guy.
Yeah.
Actually, you wouldn't have a wheel on there. That's not.
Yeah. Like one of my favorite books is called Bone Crusher, and it's about Bone Crusher. Yeah.
Attention.
And there's a series, and I haven't read the other books because I haven't read books in a while.
Reading is hard, yeah.
Yeah. But Bone Crusher is set in Seattle, which I thought was really cool because it's the Pacific Northwest. And basically what happens is there's an earthquake, steam comes up, creates a bunch of zombies. it just created two of my favorite things: steampunk and zombies. All right.
You've seen Ready Player One,
Yeah.
where it's like two things I hate: steampunk and pirates.
Yeah. Two things I love: steampunk
Ugh,
and zombies are combined in this book, and I've read that book like 4 times. I don't think I've read a book more than I have this.
gotcha. Oh,
But so Fallout is reverse steampunk. Instead of coal-powered everything,
it's
you don't.
50s steampunk.
It's 50s nuclear.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool.
It's like if if they dropped a bomb on WandaVision.
Yeah. Pretty much. Are there vaults in other countries?
That's a great question.
I don't. Yeah, that's.
So I will say this: not the people, the people who are just fans have been working on Fallout London,
Right.
and that, I mean, it's pretty substantial because like this is the first thing outside the U.S. that anyone has done, and Bethesda is just kind of letting them do it.
Yeah.
Essentially, so it's allowed.
Yeah. Well,
Because you would think there's got to be,
I've
like,
got two
Russia
thoughts
and
on
China are gonna have.
that. Yeah. Well, I had two
Okay.
thoughts on that.
Vartech.
Either first, Vartech.
Ugh, God damn it! You killed it.
Oh,
English.
welcome to Vartech.
He's Asian, people. It's okay. Asian Dave said that one.
You can tell because the teeth came out.
Oh,
Oh.
that might be the title of the episode. Welcome to Vartech.
Welcome to Vartech.
Oh,
So I got two thoughts on the vaults outside of the U.S.
okay.
My initial thought was like, okay, first world countries would have them, but they weren't actually for protection against the elements. They were for experimentation. So they would put them all over the place because imagine, okay,
You gotta
go
test
to,
this concrete.
yeah, right. Like, well, just think about it. Where can you get a bunch of people to just come to safety? Go to like rural areas of third world countries and be like, hey, we've got space. You're going to have more people than you need. And if it's an experimentation thing, there you go. There's your lab rats right there.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
That would make
how
sense.
many third world countries have these major cities in the world where you've got over 1 million people living all confined?
Right.
Like India.
Yeah, you go to India, be like, hey, we got a vault that keeps 100,000 people. We will never run out of people that want to come here.
I was just thinking more of like China copies everything that America does and makes a cheaper copy of it. So you're gonna have like the Chinese Vault Tech or Vartech or whatever it was.
Vartech.
Oh, the Vartech.
Oh.
God damn it.
But
Oh,
it's not like Vault-Tec in China. It's like Box
I-
House.
Yeah, something
Like just-
cheap ripoff.
Yeah, some cheap ripoff of Vault-Tec, but it's Chinese.
Safety boxes or something.
Safety box.
Safety box.
Safety
Oh,
box by China.
Oh, you
And
come to a safety box.
Come to my. I can't. Come to my safety box.
Come into my box.
Come
And
into
you've
my
got-
box.
We got the wonton.
And then you got North Korea, who is claiming they have the best vaults.
Right.
No one's vaults are better than our
Well,
vaults.
that's Trump Tech.
Trump Tech vaults.
We have the best vaults.
Hey,
They're
you can-
spectacular vaults.
It's
These
made by
vaults-
the best people. We're not gonna have any illegal people here. We're not gonna have
These-
any criminals.
These vaults are
Got a
beautiful.
wall
The most
around our
beautiful
vault.
vaults I've ever
The
seen.
most beautiful vaults. And you just take a look at what's happening.
He just trails off like he always does.
Oh.
I just imagining Kim Jong Un, like his fat Asian dude with a pompadour.
Right. Just playing basketball.
Dennis
Alone.
Rodman's there.
just smoking. And Desiree was a smoking Thai stick, just sitting there, just fucking, just hanging out.
Oh,
Like,
man.
hey, are we gonna drop a bomb? No, I just joke.
Thailand's vaults have a bunch of lady boys just running
God.
around. You know who would have the best vault store? Singapore.
Why? Explain. I don't get the Singapore hate, Dave.
Dude, no, this isn't hate. Singapore's
They're
like
strict as shit.
strict as shit. The cleanest cities I have ever been to, and the coolest execution house.
There you go.
Their
Yeah.
execution house, it looks like a saucer. It's like this tower, and then on top is like a UFO looking saucer, and that's their execution house.
And they just push people off. Holy shit!
No, that's where they do their hangings and their whatnots.
And it spins.
And they just throw them out the window. It's like it's like the Space Needle restaurant.
I was thinking,
spinning.
the ride at the fair with the swings. It's like that.
Yeah.
But
by
they
the
just let
necks.
go, and you just go take off flying.
Yeah.
They lynch people, but then they spin it, so it looks like the fair ride. This is what you get for stealing a banana.
Huh.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah, Fallout was good.
Yeah. So
Okay, minutes later.
All right. Here we're gonna do this. If every vault around the world was stereotypical to that country or area, which vault would you want to go to?
I don't know. I mean, Vegas is awesome.
Vegas vault. Well, I've been in the New Vegas vault.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it.
Like maybe like a Norwegian country.
Yeah, the
hot blonde chicks.
And they're all about their hot blonde chicks.
Yeah, me too.
Hashtag me too.
I don't think that's.
I don't think
that's what that's for. It's when you agree with somebody, right? Isn't it?
When you agree.
Australia might be cool.
If someone posts something online and you agree with them, you hashtag me too that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm still trying to think of what country's vault I'd want to go to.
Well, like I said, I think Australia and New Zealand would be cool.
Yeah, Aussie hanging out in
an Australian vault still going to have an Australian vault. Everything in it's still going to want to kill you.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point.
Instead, you're going to have Mr. Handy's running around with blades trying to stab you. Instead
of, Oi, dickhead, come back here. Oi. I'll cut you with this.
Speaking of the show, I'm really glad they used what's his name for the voice of Mr. Handy's.
Matt Berry.
Yeah. Is that who you were talking about earlier? I didn't know his real name. But watching him
Matt Berry's my favorite.
Then watching clips of We Own the Dark, I think it is.
What we do in the shadows.
What we do in the shadows. Dude, I want to watch that show because he's hilarious. Everything he says
funny.
in it.
That show is funny.
Everything Matt Berry says is funny.
Like his voice, the clips where he's doing all the voiceovers, he's like, I know who you are, Clem Fandango. Like everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that.
That show is great.
Like I want to watch everything.
Fuck you, Clem Fandango.
Wait, did you put an H in the middle of your name? Like, the more I see things of him, I'm like, I want to watch everything this guy does.
Have you watched the IT Crowd?
Nope.
Oh my goodness. That is how I got exposed to Matt Berry. Is he is the sex crazed CEO of the company, and he's hysterical.
I can imagine. Yeah. Okay. The IT Crowd.
The IT Crowd.
Crowd.
It's got the same.
Yeah. It's got the Robin or what's his name? Oyode, who's got the afro.
Oh, I think the British dude.
Yeah, British dude with the afro. He's in it. Chris O'Dowd's in it. Some redhead chick I find strangely attractive is in it.
That's how they get you, the redheads. You're not super hot, but you are.
Yeah, but I can't explain it.
Karen Gillian.
More like Karen Get It.
Yeah.
But
the lady from X-Files.
Yeah.
That was my first. I'm like, you are wearing a very conservative suits, and I'm in it.
What is her name?
Gillian.
I know she
Anderson.
was Scully.
Gillian
Yeah,
Anderson.
Gillian Anderson. Gillian Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah, she's a severe looking.
You just sounded like a
Ooh.
horny,
Mm.
horny Agent Smith. Anderson.
Oh, and then
If the Matrix was a gay
Smith might be
porn.
the name of the episode, by the way.
If the
Dave,
Matrix
have
was
you-
a gay porn, that's the voice of gay Agent Smith.
Have you ever watched British Baking Show, Dave?
Strangely enough, yes, I have watched it before.
Okay, so you know the dude with the black hair who kind of talks like this? He's kind of weird guy.
Yep.
He's in it too,
Okay.
and he plays a goth.
Hmm.
He's
British Goths make me laugh.
he's a British goth. It's pretty funny.
Oh,
Have you seen this? Have you listened to this? It's called Cradle of Filth. It's actually quite beautiful.
they're all big Morrissey fans,
So is the Latin community for some reason.
right? That's weird.
Like there's a whole I ended up reading this article one day about the whole subgenre of Latin people who love Van Morrison and Morrissey. Like what the fuck?
Well, have you seen the Japanese what's that called?
Godzilla.
Sumo wrestling.
Rockabillys. The Japanese rockabillys?
No.
Yeah, that's fun to watch too.
I have
Lockabillies?
because we've watched it together.
Lockaberries?
God damn it. This is a great time for Black Santa to show up.
Black Santa.
Black Santa.
Oh, a Bracasanta.
Brack Santa. That's a different thing entirely.
He's a little brackish. He
Little
likes
brack.
the wetlands.
God damn it.
This has been the dumbest 5 minutes of my life.
Dude, we've spent almost the entire episode talking about
Fallout.
Fallout.
Yeah.
So
Fallout episode.
before the show began, Robin's like, so I got 4 things written down. I'm not going to get to all of them.
We got one.
Exactly one.
Exactly one. All right.
Well, see, we can talk about the draft real quick.
Yeah, let's move on.
we
We
have
got
like
5 minutes.
8 ducks drafted.
8 ducks, most in program history.
That's pretty good. And I thought we were actually going to get another one, but we didn't.
Yeah, well.
We got a bunch of requests to come to rookie minicaps though.
Lots of those.
I think yeah, a bunch of those.
Casey Rogers signed with the team. One of our linemen
Mm-hmm.
signed with I think the Giants maybe, or maybe that's who Casey Rogers went to. But yeah, pretty good draft.
How do we feel
Troy
about
Franklin?
Bo and Franklin going to Denver? I mean, I don't really care what
I
team they
hate
go
Denver,
to because
so
I
how
hate
about
Denver.
them?
Yeah.
I don't really watch the NFL. I watch college.
Oh.
That's about it. I enjoy the fact that they're going together.
I did think it
I-
was funny that it was on. I think I was watching the regular draft, and they're like, Bo Nix, he's going to be getting some new colors, and I was like, that's the colors he wore at Auburn.
Yeah, they're not
Literally
new.
the exact same.
Yeah,
It's just back to the old ones.
yeah. He just hit reset.
The
Yeah.
uniforms even kind of look like
They
Auburn's
look a
uniforms.
lot like Auburn's.
Mm-hmm. I do enjoy the people trying to claim Bo Nix now from the SEC.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of ours.
No,
Kingsley-
he left.
My dad has called me 3 times to talk to me about Kingsley Suamate. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
See, again, he was a duck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Trey Benson, also a duck. He got
Yep,
drafted.
we get that one.
Mhm.
So 10.
So take that, fuckers.
10 of them.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
I think that was all of them.
Yeah, 10 dicks.
Mhm.
10 dicks.
Not enough.
No,
Well, I mean,
10
it's a
dick
lot.
fingers.
too many.
What, in a
Here,
row?
let's look at the draft. I got it right here. Caleb
time.
Williams, not a shocker. Jaden Daniels, I think, is super overrated, but whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, he's an Arizona State guy. Come on.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
all.
wait till Caleb Williams get hit by his first NFL linebacker and then cries.
Dude, he's going to get fucking smashed. I can't wait for that either.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. going to Arizona kind of sucked because
You wanted to see him
He's-
succeed.
He's a good receiver, and I hate to see him get wasted at Arizona.
Yeah.
But Larry Fitzgerald did all right there. Who was the other one that was there with him? Fitzgerald and
Anquan Bolden.
yeah, they did all right. I mean,
Yeah.
even with shit.
They also had Kurt
quarterbacks.
Warner throwing to him.
That's true. Michael Penis went to the Falcons. Which
Dude, that
hilarious.
blew my mind.
It made everybody mad.
They're like,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Why?
Kirk Cousins is just like, I guess I'm gonna just hang out and make a ton of money.
Right?
Congratulations, dumbasses.
One of the Bavers got drafted. I don't know who he is.
Nobody cares.
Nobody knows.
Another lineman. Yay.
I think it was, yeah, they had a defensive lineman they thought was good. I disagreed.
Occasionally Oregon State gets an offensive or a defensive lineman who's like good enough to go to the league, or a punter, and then they like hang their hat on that for like their entire career.
Was Xavier Legette the one that had the cool accent that everyone was like, "Well, what did he just say?"
I don't recall.
I think that was. He's interesting. Let's see.
You know who my star of the draft is Keon Coleman.
He's
like that,
fucking. He catches everything, but
not
not
only
like
that,
super fast. But
he's also really funny.
yeah,
Like
man, they got these in all the colors over there at Macy's.
Yeah, it's like, where do you think I got this coat? Tom, is it? No, man, I got it at Macy's. What are you talking about? It's on sale. He's like, yeah, my mama always buys coats in the summertime because they're cheaper. You get them cheaper that way.
Well,
It's just like,
he's a funny dude.
He would be starred on Dave Chappelle's Keeping It Real.
yeah, but when Keeping It Real goes right.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Chargers they picked up a receiver, I remember. Who did they pick up?
They got Brendan Rice.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
I feel like the Chargers did okay. I thought, for being the Chargers. Where are they at? Why
Freaking Chargers.
Why is it not in order? It's like weird order.
I did read part of that story where they're talking about if the Chargers trade up to get Bo Nix.
Oh, they got Ladd McConkey, who's an okay receiver.
Oh, McConkey.
Which, again, there were like 10 receivers picked before Troy Franklin. That blew my mind. I was like, You're telling me 10 guys were better than Troy Franklin? He's like, I remember all you guys that passed me up. Fuck you.
And guess what his number is going to be? 11.
Better be. I did see that, what's his fuck? The one that the Jets traded to the Broncos.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. He had just picked number 10. And Bo Nix shows up and he's like, hey.
Guess what you don't have anymore?
Yeah.
Well, these people, they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure you're watching us on YouTube if you like to see our tank tops. Moons out, goons out, boys. Appreciate it. But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
Until we meet again.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.